Hello and welcome to A Cup of Conversation on BRT TV. My name is John Guzzi, and this week we're getting ready for the Geek Fest 2019. Yes, I'm in my element today. I have some great guests and also some extras on the program as well, because you know what, cosplay and being a geek and being in costume and Comic-Con and things like that have arrived in the TRNC for the past 2 years, and this year we are having another special Geek Fest coming up, and my guests on the program are two people involved with Geek Fest. One of the organisers, Ali Soyturk, and also a lovely lady who I've been conversing for many years on Facebook, but for the first time met personally face to face, the lovely Michelle Christie Emeroldo. So Michelle and Ali, welcome to the programme.
Thank you very much for having us.
Now let's start with you, Michelle. We've been friends on Facebook for a few years. You've been following BRT for quite a long time now.
Love it, yeah.
You have a lovely accent. Where are you from originally, Michelle?
South Africa.
South Africa?
Johannesburg, yeah. And we've been living here for about 5 years. So,
5 years?
Yeah.
Now, with your surname, Emeroldo, you are obviously married to a Turk.
Yes, yes. But he's more South African, actually.
Really?
Well, he moved to South Africa at a very young age. We went to school together, and after school, that's it, we got hitched.
So a childhood sweetheart?
Yes.
So what brought you back to the TRNC 5 years ago then?
It was a change of scenery, somewhere where we could adapt, and I call it the great adventure in 24 hours, because we came to Cyprus in 24 hours to see if we could live here, and it was fantastic. And we said, we're doing it, we're moving. So the climate's the same, the friendly people. I think the diversity in people it's the same in South Africa. So it's easy to fit in. It's easy to make friends. So,
yeah, nice. I'm glad that you got a lovely, happy family unit now here in North Cyprus, and you're enjoying yourself. So you've been here for 5 years, yeah?
Yeah.
Brilliant. And Ali, we've only just met. Thank you for coming today to BRT.
Thank you very much.
You are one of the co-founders of Geek Fest, is that right?
True. Me and my friend, we were really into this kind of stuff. We were really liking watching the superhero movies, the comic books, the action figures, and we were traveling to go another comic conventions. And one day we decided to say, why we are not doing it here? We know it's hard, but if we try and if we put enough effort in it, in the end we may be doing it in the North Cyprus and we can reach our dreams. So this is how we started.
Brilliant. We'll find out more about the story of Geek Fest in a minute, but what's your normal 9-to-5 job? What's your profession?
I'm working in the finance and budget department, the private company. I'm also managing over there. This is my main job. I'm doing it for my living.
Yeah.
And also I have a family here, my twins, my wife. So we also at the same page, we like this kind of stuff together with my wife as well. And this is how we began for everything.
They're fantastic. It's nice to meet such different and wonderful people like yourselves. I remember Geek Fest a couple of years back when it first started, and I was very impressed with Geek Fest. But I want to start with you, go back to you again, Michelle. How did you get involved with Geek Fest? How are you involved with this wonderful event?
My daughter has got a strange sense of humour with the macabre. So she loves makeup, special effects. That's what she wants to do when she leaves school. She wants to do prop work and things like that. So she's always in the kitchen making up goos and stuff to put on her face and ooze blood and guts.
Oh, very nice.
So I find that very artistic. It's very artistic in its own right.
Yeah.
You know, it's not always pen to paper when it comes to arts. So when Geek Fest started, that was her calling. She says, Mom, we have to get in there. So I end up doing a lot of her work with her, dressing up with her, and I encourage it. You know, I don't think it's silly or anything like that. I love it when the kids dress up, and she's been doing it since she's been tiny. So
it's really down her street to go to Geek Fest.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes.
So what's your daughter's name?
Kayla.
Kayla. Okay, so hello, Kayla, and thank you for introducing your mum to Geek Fest, and you're looking very good. We'll find out more about your costume in a minute. But Ali, as you said before, you know, you attended your own Comic-Con conventions or cosplay events, and you thought, well, why not here? So before we go into this year's event, tell us, what exactly is Geek Fest? What's happening at Geek Fest?
The Geek Fest is normally in this time, you know, there's a lot of superhero movies and there's a lot of fictional movies kind of stuff and fictional characters, and the people keep asking, what is geek? This is the main question that we are always getting asked. And we're trying to explain that if you know Superman, if you know Batman, if you know other fictional characters, then you are a geek.
Yeah.
Because if you're following these kind of movies and any fictional movies or TV series or whatever you are into it, like a comic books, it could be action figures.
Yeah.
So you are a part of the geek community, but you are not aware of it. This is the people that we're trying to find and bring the community together and do something together. That's how we start to working on it. So the Geek Fest is Geek Fest is a platform. Platform is bringing artists who is drawing, who is crafting, the cosplayers all around the world, or the locals who is dressing in fictional characters. We're trying to bring them here as well, and also who likes the action figures. The action figure is not a toy, you know. It's different, and it's like collectible statues, you know.
Yes.
If you like this kind of stuff, this is the platform. You can find them, you can meet these kind of people, artists, cosplayers, and in future we hope to bring the celebrities as well. Who is in the TV series.
That's your next stage, I think, Ali, because as I said, I've been the past couple of years to the Geek Fest, and I just like seeing all the people dressing up, and you have a lot of great, I mean, men and women of all ages dressing up. I mean, you know, you've got the characters. I mean, we even have a character here today. We've got the Stormtroopers. I mean, everyone who loves these type of franchises, you know, the Star Wars, as you said, the superhero films, and there's loads of films out. Every year there's, you know, another action figure or an action or another hero coming out. I mean, I think now as we speak, we've got Joker and his film coming out of the cinema, so we can always keep up with what's going on in the world of
the universes, as they say, Marvel universe and the DC.
Yeah, Marvel, DC. I mean, brilliant comics. And I think recently, last week, didn't we have Batman Day, didn't we, as well?
Yes.
And around the world, they had big illuminated buildings with the Batman logo on it, and it was his 80th birthday this year. He was originally drawn in 1939.
Wow.
So he's 80 years old, he's our Batman. It is very interesting. So, Michelle, your daughter likes to go along, and so she'll be dressing up this year as well.
Yeah, last year she was Khaleesi from Game of Thrones with her little dragons, all 3 dragons. This year it's a toss-up between Domino and from Deadpool. So she's got a few, and Joker, the female version of Joker.
But how do you get the costumes, or does she make them? Because here, really, this type of cosplay and Geek Fest, thanks to Ali, it's now getting more and more popular, but it's not really part of our culture here, is it? Or a lot of people, or maybe not everyone is into sharing it with everyone else. We're bringing everyone out of the cupboard now, but how do you get the costumes?
You know what, the first thing I would say is support the charity shops.
Yeah?
Go to the charity shops and pick up bits and bobs, jewelry, things like that you can just disassemble, glue, and hot glue gun, your best friend. Okay. So you first have your hot glue gun and support the charity shops, because you know, there you can find little treasures actually that you can zhuzh up. It's all about the zhuzhing up and manipulating. At Dennis Plaza, you go get your stationery of the foam that a lot of the cosplayers rely on foam. That's it.
Brilliant. So you can make your own costumes, really, if you use your imagination.
That's the fun part.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I suppose getting ready for it and getting your costume ready is part of the excitement of going to Geek Fest. Ali, coming back to you again now. So this is is it your third year?
It's going to be the third year, yeah.
Third year for Geek Fest. What actually happens throughout the day? Because I know that you have 2 days now of Geek Fest, like you did last year, at 2 different locations. We'll give out the information a bit later on. But what's happening throughout the day? Do you have certain things? I know you have lots of stands, as you said, maybe artists with their drawings, maybe somebody selling special T-shirts, maybe somebody selling comics and crafts. But what's going on? Do you have events throughout the day?
We are trying to improve our content because we need to give something to people to enjoy for the entertainment. So this year we have an e-sport tournament with the 32 teams. And also we are trying to do some cosplay parade. And also we are trying to working on more stuff, but it's need time to develop it and be sure if it's gonna work with the locals here, because this is a culture. It could be easier to do it where is the community already grown. But this is the new here, so we need to introduce them first, then influence the people to be part of it. Because, for example, if you do the cosplay competition, who going to be attend this time? Because we need to influence them to do the cosplay first, then teach them what is the cosplay competition, then maybe we can have a cosplay competition as a content to bring people, compete, and find who is the best.
Yeah, the best dressed person or people. Do you think over the couple of years that you've been organising this event that we have more interest in locals here? Because, as you said, the culture isn't here yet, but there are lots of people who come from abroad, like Michelle and her family from South Africa, or like myself, originally from the UK, who know about, and a lot of people do watch these superhero films. I mean, we do have a lot of locals who'd like to go and watch the latest Batman movie or the latest Marvel installment, Avengers or whatever. Is there an increase in the number of people interested in?
Every year it's getting increasing. The last year it's better than the first year. This year we're expecting more, and we also have one opportunity here, which is our targeting area. Because in the comic conventions, it is like the hardcore comic fans. But here we have lucky than them, because our target area is the kids, families, students, couples. It doesn't matter, because it is all need for all of them. So they need to come first to see if they really find something interesting in this event for them. So hopefully it's gonna get better and better every year, and in the end it's gonna be one good event that we're organizing.
I think it's already very good. You've started off very well, so hopefully with more support over the next few years, it'll be one of the biggest events on the island, I think. I mean, my favourite part, aside from seeing all the people in costume, is like getting, for instance, the original comics, because we can't get them really here all the time. So it's a great opportunity to actually grab a special comic, or a great picture if you're into decoration. Lots of opportunities. So you're going to have stands again, yes?
Yes,
Stores?
true. Yes, true. We will have different stands where they can find the T-shirt, where they can find the comic book, original comic books, where they can find action figures, the original collectible ones as well. And also there will be posters, which is our collectible as well, or the unique posters.
Brilliant.
And it's going to be different kind of stands where they can find the related stuff with the geeky related stuff.
So be proud to be a geek. Being a geek is a very good thing, and is a lot of fun as well. So let's give out the dates. Now, the dates for the Geek Fest. Michelle, tell us when the Geek Fest is happening this year.
Right, it's going to be on the 2nd and 3rd of November. Our first day is going to be at King's Bowling, and then the 3rd is at Lord's Palace.
That's a Saturday and Sunday.
That's right.
Saturday at King's Bowling, Sunday at Lord's Palace. And when will the event? What time does the event start?
It's starting on Saturday, 11 till 6 o'clock, and the Sunday it's gonna start at 12 to 9 o'clock.
Right,
Because
so,
it's a Sunday.
yeah, a longer day,
Yeah.
give people a chance to have their Sunday lunch and everything and come down. One thing I know is that you bring a lot of people from around the island and also from abroad, ready and dressed. And they had lots of photographs taken with the people wandering around because they look amazing. I mean, really, from last year and the year before, the costumes. I mean, you said, you know, you can make them as well, but some people really go to professional levels, don't they?
That's right.
I think. Do you have people from Turkey and South Cyprus? Where else do they come from?
This year we're bringing up abroad of the other countries as well.
Yeah.
We have Russians, we have again from Turkey, from the south part of the island, and last year we bring from Italy, Denmark, England, Netherlands. Yeah, we trying to find the different area of the world to bring them here, to bring their culture, to influence the people here, because the cosplaying is getting bigger and bigger every day, and they even doing it as a job, and they're living with it.
So people are actually probably going around the world even as a character, and they really take on the character. I mean, there was a beautiful Harlequin last year. I think my son was, my wife even loved having a photograph taken with Harlequin. But I mean, they really are like, you know, they're characters. So I'll be interested to see. Do we have any surprises this year? I mean, do we? What about I would love local people to come dressed up. That'd be really good, wouldn't it? I think.
We hope
hope.
to find someone who's
There must be some geeks out there. Do we have any? Do you know any local geeks apart from your daughter?
Well, the fan, it's growing. So a lot of her peers and her friends are like, okay, well, how do we do it then? How can we get involved? So so it's her teaching them the ways, because last year, and the cosplayers that come out, they are fantastic. They are so approachable. She was dressed up and her wig was coming off all the time, and she had to go to the bathroom. And one of the cosplayers opens up her bag, and here's some bobby pins to help. And, you know, so it's everyone's helping each other, looking good, you know, keeping everything in place. So that was really nice. It's the warmth, the friendliness, the helpfulness of everyone.
Because everyone is there for the same reason, because they're enjoying being in character or enjoying just the atmosphere that's there, because it really is a fun atmosphere. And the music's blasting away, and the people are walking around, and the kids are enthralled by the wonderful action figures and, you know, the people dressing up. Do you think that, how old is your daughter, by the way?
15.
15.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite a difficult age to admit that you're a geek, because you know, all the young girls want to be, you know, pretty and beautiful. But do you think now that her circle of friends are learning more about Geek Fest and maybe coming along, encouraging her, and maybe even want to join in maybe this year?
Most definitely. I can see it. You know, she's very proud of being like that, you know, because she wears it very proudly. So she's got confidence in it, and I think when you've got confidence in it, it encourages other people. It's not so bad doing it, dressing up. You can dress up and have fun and not feel embarrassed. I know a lot of, like as you're saying, the difficult age of being a little bit embarrassed.
Yeah. But I think nothing to be embarrassed about. No. I grew up during the time when Star Wars first came out, you know, back in the 80s, or the late 70s, in fact. And I had the action figures. Even back then, children were enthralled to collect. I mean, if only I'd kept them now, probably would have been worth a lot of money now.
Yes.
But it's not something to be embarrassed about, and everyone goes. I mean, the latest, you know, Star Wars now, how many episodes have come out, and every year a new episode, and, you know, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's still current, isn't it? Do you think that, I mean, obviously you enjoy it yourself, don't you, Ali?
Yes.
And you've encouraged your family and your friends, but do you think, you know, more Turkish Cypriots now are enjoying being part of this culture? Or is it more foreign friends who are joining in?
It's kind of still some of them have a doubt if we dress up, if it is gonna be okay, or it's gonna be funny for the other people. So they are getting, you know, over it. it during this time. So hopefully we're expecting more people, more local people who are dressing up and coming to our event, because the last year, especially the cosplayers that we bring from the other countries, they were really influence them, talk them, try to explain them. It is the part of this entertainment. You know, if you dress up, you're gonna feel like their character, because the cosplaying is like costume and playing. They come together and cosplaying. Like if you're going to dress like a Harlequin, as you say, you need to act like her.
And
so if you're going to dress like Batman, you need to act like Batman. So this is something. When you dress up, I even dress up. When you dress up, it's kind of make you feel different. You know, they separate you from the real life. So you feel like you are I was dressing like a Kylo Ren at the Cyprus Comic Con before. And when I dress up, it's make me feel like, I guess I'm a real Kylo Ren. Because people coming, taking photos, I feel like a celebrity, you know? So people coming, stopping by me, taking photos and talking. It's a nice costume. It's look really cool kind of stuff. So when they are doing it, the friends of me who is not cosplaying says the next year we're going to cosplay as well, because this is something different, you know. It's not something like dress up and going to the costume parties. It is the cosplaying, and all the people around you, whoever doing the cosplaying, do the same thing. Like if there's a Deadpool, you go and act like he's a Deadpool. And if you are a Batman, he's coming and act you like you're a Batman. So even they are doing a role playing as well.
You're acting in a way. You're acting that character. So are you going to tell us what you are this year, or is it a secret you're going to be this year?
We're slowly announcing our guest cosplayers who is coming to visiting us this year. But probably they're gonna find out soon. We don't want to.
Okay, we're not going to reveal what Ali is going to be either. But I had to ask you now, because you came into BRT with this hat on, Michelle. What is this hat all about? Tell us about this hat.
Right, I absolutely adore the genre of steampunk novels, movies. If you've ever watched The Golden Compass or Hugo, the element of Victorian age, but with advancement of the steam age. You know, so I love those kind of that genre. So if I can get a hat and some welding goggles, I'm well on my way with gears and cogs and things like that.
So are you telling me that you made this hat?
Yes.
Wow. Very, very good. So, and I mean, from what I can see here now, you know, you've got pipes and you've got, you know, things that look really good. So you found these bits and pieces, you sprayed them.
That's
probably.
Right, yes, yeah. As
Silver.
And you pick up your feathers and you spray them, and the hardware shop's always full of little light bulbs. You stick on light bulbs and things.
Excellent, excellent. So will you be, is this your costume then for this year?
Well, well, my character has been Lady Lilith, so you know, with the wings and all of that. So we'll see.
So when you and your daughter go, do you have a stand, or will you be walking around with the people? What's your duty on that day then?
Well, the past 2 years we've just attended. This year we are behind the scenes, making sure that everything runs smoothly. So I'll be doing a lot of stand work with. Selling of the comics, toys and things like that, and liaisoning with the cosplayers where they should be at certain times.
Brilliant. Okay then, so I'm looking forward to seeing you there. I'm going to be there, definitely. Fingers crossed. I promise that I'll be there. But hopefully this will be, you know, an opportunity for everyone to get together, but hopefully for bigger things. Because I said to Ali off air that basically this year we had in the South, we had the actor, and I forget his name now, I should know the actor, who played C-3PO in Star Wars. And if only you could get a big name like that. Will you, hopefully in the future, maybe if you get sponsorship, maybe if you get more support, will you be aiming to get a celebrity or is that something that's maybe a few more years down the line?
If more people is attending our event, then if we bring all the community together, then it's going to be easier for us to reach the celebrities, like you say, or anyone from the Games of Thrones, or anyone from any other TV series or the movies. So we are talking here about the celebrities who is the part of the movies or the TV series or the fictional characters. If we have more people, it's going to be easier to find the sponsors. And if you find the sponsor, as you say, we bring the celebrities. We wish to bring this year as well, but hopefully next year. Hopefully next year.
Well, I hope so too. It'll be fantastic. And it'll put Cyprus on the cosplay and the Comic-Con map. I mean, normally you have a panel of the people discussing the latest films or, you know, about their characters. So that'd be really good if you had somebody coming in. I'll be there all day long, sitting there next to because I love it. I love I mean, my son, he's 10. He loves all the characters. He's a big Batman fan. So if you ever brought a Batman, one of the actors in, then we'll be there, Ali.
He's going to be our future Batman cosplayer.
Yeah, or he'll be there. Yeah, that'll be something for him in the near future. I want to say thank you very much for coming today to speak about this. If you want to find out more, you are on social media.
Yes.
You're on Facebook?
We have Facebook.
What do we write? What do we write on Facebook?
It's a Cyprus Geek Team on the Facebook. It's a page.
Cyprus Geek Team?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the team behind of these organizations.
Right.
And we have Geek Fest Keyrinya 2019 at the Instagram. And we have a Cyprus Geek Team Entertainment on YouTube.
Fantastic. So on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, you can find the Geek Team, the Cyprus Geek Team, or as Ali said, all the names that he's mentioned there. So there's no excuse not to see what's going on. You can follow them. I'm sure there's lots of pictures of previous events and other people dressing up and get into that mood. It's the date again. Can you remind everyone of the dates of this year's Geek Fest, please, for us, Michelle?
The 2nd of November at King's Bowling, and then the 3rd of November at Lord's Palace.
And I'm sure your daughter will be getting ready now for her costume, so we look forward to seeing her.
Dining room table's a mess.
We're going to come and meet you there the day. You're looking fantastic. I want to say thank you for organising this interview today, Michelle, as well, bringing Ali in as well. Thank you for bringing a bit of colour and light entertainment into our lives, because it's a bit of fun and, you know, it's a bit of culture for everyone out there. It's going to be a good day or two, good weekend. But thank you, Ali, for also organising this event with your friends, and I hope to see you at the Geek Fest this year.
Thank you for having us here and then give us a chance to explain what is the Geek Fest and everything. So
yeah,
we really appreciate it.
And I hope that those who come along will tag you in the event so we can see everyone's picture together. Make sure if you're on Instagram to tag Geek Fest, because together we make a big family, a great happy family. But Ali and Michelle, thank you very much, and good luck for this year's event in November.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. And with that, we've come to the end of Geek Fest. A big thank you also to the Stormtrooper and to Deadpool for joining us on the programme today. And thank you for watching. I hope to see you there. It's a bit of fun, but you know what? Fun makes the world go round, I think. So a smile means friendship to everyone, and just have a great time at Geek Fest 2019. Until next time, next week on the programme, take care. Have a super week. Bye-bye.